Hello guys, welcome to another Cinema 4D R12 tutorial. Now today won't really be a Cinema 4D R12 tutorial. It's actually going to be a motion tracking frequently asked questions video. This is going to be over Boju and basically Cinema 4D. Not really going to be over After Effects because I don't really know any questions about After Effects that you would have other than rendering out, why are my renders taking too long and such and such. It's just because your RAM sucks or your computer sucks just like mine. But anyways guys, let's jump right into Boju. Well, actually before we jump into Boju, I have a motion tracking file for you guys to download. Now included in this motion tracking file, I have a Camtasia let it load. I have a Camtasia file folder that I used for my test video before this video. You guys can, if you guys have Camtasia, you guys can open that up. I have the motion tracking file that I rendered out of Cinema 4D after everything was done. I have the NuketownExample provided by MultiRusHD. Also, I have the instructions if you guys want to read those. Anyways guys, under Nuketown I have the sequence folder that I rendered out of After Effects, plus I got the project files. Now this is the final cut out of Cinema 4D. Once everything was done, all the floors were done, and it was all motion tracked and everything else, I've saved it for you guys just to open it up, and you guys can, if it's still messing up, you guys can still have the file folder, it all motion tracked out, and it's actually pretty cool. I got the Boju file that I have opened up right now. It's just everything tracked out and camera solved, the scene geometry is done, everything else is done. It's actually pretty cool. For Cinema 4D, this is just the points that we rendered out of Boju at the end. For materials, I have a green and black material. Hopefully I add more materials before I upload it to YouTube. But anyways guys, let's jump right into this frequently asked questions video. Now under Boju, some questions that you might have is on 3D settings. Why is my points up and down? This is just because your camera orientation is off under 3D display. If you scroll down to go to preferred camera orientation, you guys might have it set up Z up, Y forward. Now if you have that set up on this, you can see the points are going to be up and down. Now if you go to preferred camera orientation under 3D display and set up to Y up, Z back, it should be on the floor. Now this will really help you out because instead of 4D, if it's up and down, it will be upside down, and all your points you would have to rotate everything, change everything to 180 degrees, and it's really annoying. Now if you guys still don't have this, I think I'll show you guys how to fix this still if it's still upside down in Cinema 4D. But anyways guys, another thing you guys might have is why on camera style that we set it to optimize camera path smoothness. Now I don't really like putting on optimize camera path smoothness because whenever I do that, it just really seems it doesn't really give that good of an effect or realism to the camera while it moves around the text. And I really like to keep the same camera, or like, I don't really know, like I really like to keep how the camera moves in the original video. I don't really want to mess with that. I'm just going to close out of this. Another thing that you might have is on track feature, why I'm not getting as many points as everyone else. It's because on your sensitivity it's turned down or turned too much. I like to keep it in the middle. It's just it's or it gives not too much or not too many. Well, not too less or not too many, and I really like it in the middle. Just gonna exit out of that. Once you have all this done under export, you guys might have a under export camera stuff, you guys might have a question about why we scale to 100. It just keeps it at a balanced scale. Once we put it in Cinema 4D, it'll be really zoomed in if you have it on 1. Also, once you get in Cinema 4D, I don't know why MultiRusHD or any other tutorial that tells you to do it on 10, but I like to keep it on a 100. It'll have a little scale for you once you open it up. Anyways, we save it to Cinema 4D and just push save. I'm just going to cancel all that. Exit out of Boju. Now open up Cinema 4D. Now I got the project file for you guys to download. Open right here. I got the background material. I got the green and black materials. Hopefully I have more materials in the download. But question why you guys might have is why my text is moving. Now this is because on your material and under animation, double click on your picture, go to animation, and on timing you guys got this set the exact frame. This is bad. This will get your text to move. It's not going to be motion tracked. But anyways, some computers might already set it to exact second, and once you put the you can see that you have motion tracked dots or files in Cinema 4D. But anyways, put it on exact second, and then once everyone has this, maybe they saw this question before, saw it that says exact second, change the exact frame, the exact second. They're like, oh cool, I already have it all done, it's gonna work for me, and then it still doesn't work. It's because you didn't push calculate. Now, if you don't push calculate, it won't do it for all your frames, it won't work out. Also on this, I don't know why I have specular turned on. Just turn off specular. Exit out of this. Another question what you might have is why my points aren't showing up. Now once you put it in the Cinema 4D, you guys set it on 100. Plus, another thing that you might have is why it could be too zoomed in or too zoomed out once you put it into Cinema 4D. I don't really know why it's gonna do that. Why it's gonna not show up in Cinema 4D. I did a little bit of research on that. If I do make a tutorial, I will do more research before I do this tutorial and find out for you guys why it's going to not work out and why it's not going to show up in Cinema 4D. But for now, I don't really know an answer to that question. But anyways, guys, I don't really have any more questions that you guys would have on the render settings. I have the ambient occlusion. I had the maximum ray length changed to 160 and the contrast changed to 40%. Those are not default settings under save. I have it saved to a QuickTime movie format. Now, if you don't have QuickTime movie on your computer, now thing to check that if you have iTunes, you have QuickTime movie. You guys can change that to AVI movie. It works just as fine, just a little bit diffused and not really good HD. Make sure this is not on Alpha channel and choose the path to save it to or render out. Just gonna exit out of that. I usually render out to my desktop. On output, I have it set on 1280 by 720, and I have it set on all frames. Make sure this is 0 to how many frames that you have. On 1280 by 720 is the width and height of a YouTube video. I didn't do affect global illumination because that I think could mess with our shadows and not give it that good of an effect. Just gonna exit out of that. Plus global illumination takes at least like, for my computer, 10 more hours to render. It's pretty ridiculous. But anyways, after you have all the render settings done, you guys could just push render and have it all rendered out. If you guys have any more questions, visit me on Skype, MultiRusHD. You guys can find that on my YouTube channel. Also, you guys can send me a PM over YouTube or just ask in the comments below. Hopefully, I get to you guys, and I'm out. Peace.